Welcome to the Stoic Rise channel. Today, we will explore a relevant topic that often involves the dynamics of relationships between men and women. We will discuss how men can respond when they find themselves ignored or dismissed by women they admire. Let's delve into the feelings and thoughts that may arise in such situations. Certainly, each of us has experienced it, haven't we? When we feel drawn to someone, hoping to capture their attention, but the reality turns out to be the opposite. This situation can occur in various life contexts, whether it be in romantic, social, or even professional settings. When ignored or dismissed, we may feel surprised, disappointed, or even self-doubt. The question then arises, how should a man behave in the midst of such uncertain situations? Let's explore various ways to face and respond to such situations wisely and with dignity. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on other interesting content. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you will always receive the latest information from us. Let's together delve deeper into this topic and form a community full of understanding. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. Sometimes, when faced with situations where our emotions are involved, the first thing we often do is respond with strong emotions. However, in the context of Stoicism, we are taught to accept reality as it is, without adding unnecessary negative emotions. Accepting reality calmly doesn't mean surrendering or feeling powerless, but rather acknowledging that not everything in life is within our control. When ignored, a calm attitude allows us to maintain control over our reactions and actions. For example, imagine if someone you admire doesn't respond to your message. Instead of reacting with negative emotions like anger or disappointment, why not accept the reality that everyone has the right to determine their responses, and not everything is within our control? By adopting this calm attitude, we can better manage our emotions. It helps us not be swept away by emotions and allows us to think more clearly about the next steps we want to take. So, let's remember together, accepting reality calmly is not a sign of weakness but an expression of wisdom in facing the realities of life. Ignored or not, we cannot always control how others respond or treat us. So, how do we focus on things we can control? This involves redirecting our focus from aspects that cannot be changed to aspects of life that are still within our control. For example, if someone chooses not to respond or ignores us, we may not be able to control their actions. However, what we can control is how we respond to the situation, our attitude, and the steps we take next. This principle allows us to stay focused on efforts and actions that can have a positive impact on our lives. By directing attention to things we can control, we can avoid feelings of losing control or despair. When ignored or rejected, it may initially feel challenging to see the positive side. However, Stoicism teaches us not only to accept reality but also to view it as a stepping stone toward deeper self-understanding. A case in point is through reflection and introspection. When ignored, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? What can I improve within myself? For example, if a woman doesn't respond to your feelings, it might be a good time to reflect on communication or gain a deeper understanding of what you truly seek in a relationship. Viewing challenging situations as a starting point for personal development is not just a way to cope with rejection but also to grow as an individual. Every experience, including rejection, can be a valuable teacher guiding us toward a better path. When ignored, we may feel the urge to demean ourselves or doubt our self-worth. However, Stoicism teaches us not to sacrifice dignity and integrity in the face of rejection. Why is maintaining dignity important? Because by upholding dignity, we assign value to ourselves and understand that self-worth is not dependent on how others treat us. Responding with dignity doesn't mean resisting or retaliating against rejection with harmful attitudes. Instead, it means staying calm and maintaining inner peace. We choose not to let negative feelings destroy our self-worth. Stoicism teaches that in the midst of rejection, we can find peace by remaining true to our values. It's not about opposing others but about building internal strength that is unshakable. When ignored or rejected, impulsive reactions may arise. However, Stoicism emphasizes that taking time to reflect before responding is key to avoiding hasty and sometimes detrimental decisions. Why is it important to avoid impulsive reactions? Because responses that stem from deep emotions may not always reflect clear and wise thoughts. Allowing time for reflection enables us to respond from a calmer and more controlled perspective. Strategies to avoid impulsive reactions include giving oneself a moment before responding, seeking a deeper understanding of the situation, and trying to see it from a different perspective. It's not about ignoring emotions but managing them wisely. So, when ignored, remember to take time to reflect before responding. It's a wise and intelligent step in navigating the uncertain dynamics of relationships. Sometimes, we tend to measure our self-worth based on how others treat us. However, Stoicism offers a different perspective. True self-worth, according to Stoicism, is the result of principles and actions aligned with our own values. Why is this important? Because if we attach our self-worth to others' responses, we become vulnerable to their moods and fluctuations. When ignored, if we remain steadfast in our self-worth independent of others' responses, we can maintain inner peace. Stoicism teaches us to stay focused on what we can control, our actions and attitudes, rather than others' responses. When ignored, it's the perfect time to remind ourselves that true self-worth is not a reflection of how others see us but how we perceive and value ourselves. When ignored, we may feel trapped in a challenging situation. However, Stoicism teaches that in difficulties, there is an opportunity to open ourselves to positive change. How can we view rejection as an opportunity for change? It involves a desire for growth and development, even through paths that may be difficult. A concrete example is looking back at the rejecting incident as a catalyst for making positive changes. For instance, if someone doesn't respond to your feelings, it could be the right time to consider what might need improvement within yourself or perhaps seek a healthier type of relationship. So, when faced with rejection, let's open ourselves to opportunities for positive change. This is a significant step in personal development and creating space for better growth. When ignored or rejected, there might be a tendency to respond with feelings of hatred or resentment. However, Stoicism emphasizes that these negative feelings will only harm ourselves. Why is it important to avoid feelings of hatred or resentment? Because these feelings not only damage our inner peace but also hinder personal growth. Stoicism teaches us to stay focused on things we can control, such as our attitudes and responses to situations. For example, if someone doesn't respond to your feelings, let's try to understand that there might be factors beyond our control affecting the situation. Why burden ourselves with negative feelings when we can choose to focus on understanding and inner peace? Thank you for joining us on the journey of turning rejection into opportunities with the guidance of Stoicism. We've learned to accept rejection with calmness, maintain control, and see it as an opportunity for self-understanding. Stoicism teaches us to build mental resilience, view failure as a teacher, and use rejection as fuel for determination. Avoid getting trapped in feelings of hatred, but focus on understanding and inner peace. Lastly, let's together adopt the Stoic attitude in facing rejection. Share this guide with friends and family, and don't forget to like and subscribe to stay connected with our inspirational content. Until next time, let's continue exploring the wisdom of Stoicism in our daily lives.